welcome to Young Kizzy, the one YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the red subscribe button down below and turn on the bell icon. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section.
Greetings to you, my fellow Zambian citizens. Today, I come with a passionate appeal to all of you. Two things from where I sit scares me to death today. Like we keep saying, there is not going to be any time when God is going to create any other country we shall call ours. Leesa alireko kupanga ifyalo. And this is the only country we have. And all of us have got a duty to ensure that whatever it is that we do or say is going to help protect this country. We are drawing closer to the 13th of August. In less than 30 days from today, we are all going to choose leaders of our liking. The 13th of August is an opportunity for all of us to express our wishes, our will in regards to who we would love to lead us at the different levels. Councillor level, we have a right and duty to choose who we want. Nobody should force us, either with enticements, either with threats, or by manipulating the systems that we have established in ensuring that the will of the people prevails. So the 13th of August is extremely important, a day when you, the citizens, must exercise your right and perform your duty to choose the leaders you believe can advance development. If your debt in elelo is violence. Yesterday, I watched with a lot of bewilderment the violence that took place in Bwanamukubwa, where UPND cadres decided to abduct people, obviously to go and sort them out, because the residents in the area did not want to be part of their campaign activities. That video is very disturbing. Anyone who loves peace, anyone who stands for justice must be condemning that violence that we saw in Bwanamukubwa. In contrast, I saw a statement being made by the president where he was referring to what used to happen in the PF. The president was telling the people for simply belonging to other political parties. This morning, I was asking myself questions. Whichever president by HH, is he that much detached from realities? Does he live in a bubble? Or basically is a man that thrives in deceiving people? Let's talk about violence in this country. Contrary to you who think that by UPND they are angels, vanged. If politics, I keep reminding you that I've been actively engaged in politics for the last 20 years, 20. And I can tell you when it comes to violence, the MMD and the UPND have proved to have been the most violent political parties. Of course, PF had, a pocket of violence, and more so, but PF had a lot of excited cadres that would go, in a market, to harass people, bus stop to harass people, cadres would flash money. The PF cadres were very loud. That is why a lot of you think that the PF were the most violent or there was too much gaddarism under PF. To the contrary, the worst form of violence we have ever witnessed in the politics in Zambia have been occasioned by the MND and UPND. But UPND tops it. Mweba shakwata history, alamule sambirila. When you see a video like this, ask questions so that tule miebe kotufumininepo tufikile lelo. Let me give you a little account so that you have an understanding. UPND have been thriving on violence to get into power. They are the only party that, came up with a formula to instill fear in the people and to commit violent attacks on others. There was a slogan they coined, which they called the Mapatizia formula, which was headed by the late Ackson Sejani, who was former member of parliament for Mapatizia. This formula, the UPND have religiously used it over the years to cause serious damage on political opponents. There are so many of opposition, political supporters who have either died or have been killed, or rather maimed, left for dead, using this formula they called Mapatizia. You do well to research about this issue. The bloodiest recorded political, or rather violent, episode in this country happened in the Mufumbwe by-election. Those of you who remember when, Honorable Masumba was being elected in a by-election, when UPND cadres descended on MMD, cadres. That has been recorded as the bloodiest encounter of political enemies in this country. When Masumba was being elected, if my memory serves me right, it was Masumba was being elected. People were hacked na mapanga, bali putawirwa maboko. They were hacked by UPND. So when they come to you to claim they are angels, please refer to these things that I'm telling you. In the recent past, we have seen UPND go on an escapade of committing these crimes. Who has forgotten what happened on the 21st, or rather on the 12th of August in 2021, when UPND cadres in Northwestern descended on PF provincial chairman Jackson Kungo? By merely suspecting that Kungo was involved in rigging, they descended on him, ukumu pola mabwe. Filatua mwene mu Bible ba polele, who is that? Mishek nani wala ba polele amabwe mu Bible. The same way is how UPND cadres descended on Jackson Kungo. Ikumubulile fimu tina mabwe until Kungo apona panshi no mweo waya. Kungo was killed in cold blood. I speak with a lot of pain about the death of Kungo because Kungo was a personal friend. Kungo would never pass through Kitwe when I was coming to my office when I was served as DC. I was very close to him, and that pain still lives on because I see videos today replaying of the painful death that was occasioned on an innocent person merely suspected or merely hated because he belonged to another political party. We saw in the recent past when Kalufianya, the notorious criminal in Lusaka who has been on the loose and has been untouchable by the police, went and attacked Black Apple na Thomas Palo, kuchirilo pa kumanda, ukubachita attack. Luckily Thomas was able to escape, but they picked Black Apple. You all saw the videos of how Black Apple was tortured by Kalufianya and team, made him to denounce his political party. They filmed this ordeal and were posted up on social media. Police up to date have failed to act. Today, you heard that video, you saw that video of what has happened in Kanyama. 3 people have been killed already in Kanyama by UPND cadres. The police are aware. The ECZ are aware. The families have cried for help. That one young man in Kanyama was simply killed for playing a song yabamundubire. Umwine alungisha kalimba. Pakukatesta mwali ulwimbo lwakwa mundubire lwalila bakada baumfwafye bachita descendonim bamwipaya for simply playing an opposition song. 3 people have been killed in Kanyama alone. Another one, a driver wakwa opposition, rather independent Kumagoye, was also killed in cold blood by UPND cadres. To date, nothing has been done. Nothing has been said by the police. In Kaputa, I have challenged the police. Go to Kaputa today, all of you who are journalists. This is a story on the ground. Uliabaipe kukaputa ni UPND. Uwa muipeye is also a UPND kada. Vaile mushopu abene bakwata altercation bambo kulwa. Interestingly, ripoti yabati waba muipeye ni ba NRPUP bashana suspend ma campaign activity yaba NRPUP. The truth is the police knows this. It is the UPND cadres that killed that gentleman. Mulependa bafuire muri ino inefe election ino year 2026. Abo bepe ba UPND. How many videos have you watched abantu baledila okwebati bamulobola mwelinso for simply supporting other political parties? How many pictures and videos have you seen people being hacked by UPND? What about what happened during the nominations? Didn't you see those videos of how UPND attacked those who had decided ukuiminina independent and those who had proved to have walked away from a terribly handled adoption process? Didn't you see that violence? Are you telling me Mwebena Zambia, the president, is not aware of this violence? Are you telling me the president can proudly go and tell people, no, ku PF the kunuma pantukwadi bale tuma? As if lelo efin to filibuino, because lelo we are living in terror. Because the cadres today, abena kalufianya, they are untouchable. Yesterday I saw, a very poorly done video. Wapangama t-shirts ya NRPUP, ififi nangwa fya ku UPND. Ero fya panga video claiming kwat niba NRPUP eba pangire. Eba dechita wonu kweba chibalamba violence. Well, the director of that story or that video you did was terrible. Now, this scares me, especially if we have a leadership who fails to take account of their own shortcomings. Because leaders must be able to admit that but when you have leaders who goes about pretending like they have not failed to handle especially issues of violence, then we have a problem. The violence being occasioned by UPND as we head to the August election, if we don't stand up and condemn it and act to stop that violence, chino chalo kuchale puka pakati. That is why I am praying to you, fellow citizens. I have spoken many times, appealed to you of the need to jealously protect your country, defend your country. I may not be around to remind you tomorrow that nale mueva, but signs are there that chino chalo ngata tuchinjishe, we can break apart. Ichilensa kamika chimbi, tribalism, hate speeches, divisive campaigns. You cannot go And I speak to the president on this matter, and I've spoken to him several times. Tetumuleya kumbi mulebewa one Zambia, one nation. You are encouraging people to relate with one another as one. Ngamwaya on the other region, muletira bali abantu bali tupata. Ngamwa baleka bawina bali atatu akakwata omutende ifwe. A leader should never be allowed to make such divisive statements. So many leaders in the UPND bashakafuswa. My brother Iswaniso, Aka Inde Ichlema, have been making very inflammatory statements that would divide and break this country apart. The other statement was made by the aspiring MP for Mongu Central, who was saying, kuno nino go area kwa mundubire ngaisa kuno bayuthi muka mupepeke kanofyake si obushiku. These things we are allowing. Ninshi bamwe na Zambia mulino mwenso muleti no kulanda. But umwenso taulisha kasumo mwenso waliona ulo moshi. If we don't speak or condemn these divisive political utterances, especially coming from the head of state, where he preaches unity on one side, he preaches division on the other side. The president must have led the campaign for uniting the country. Not to Kulaya Southern Province to tell people, no, if obadi tupata vale tupumanga to ayapa station pa intercity, when he knows that is not true. Because, pa intercity palasango abatonga, abalozi, ababemba, abakuchipata, how is it that those who belong to other political parties from all different tribes would be beating people for simply coming from Southern Province and Western Province? I am calling on traditional leaders. Time has come for you to speak out on violence and speak out on tribalism. Appeal to these leaders to advance messages of national building, national unity, and not these divisive messages. I am here asking myself, does President HH live in a bubble? Is he that detached from reality? Or he thrives on deception? Because the statement he keeps on making, particularly on violence, what is on the ground is completely different. His cadres have gone on the loose, attacking anything and everything that does not subscribe to the UPND. Yesu Kristu atila mwinjilila ililileni mwebene. And I'm here appealing to you, my fellow citizens. Chino chalo tatoka kwate pona chimbi. This is the only country we have, and we have a duty to protect this country, to defend this country with everything we have. The peace and unity we've enjoyed in the last 62 years must be harnessed. Selfish leaders must be rejected. Visionless leaders must be rejected. Liars, deceivers, hypocrites must be rejected so that we build a country that should set up on development. I thought I'd do my duty, which I've done religiously for the last 5 years, to remind you of what time it is, to encourage you to remain steadfast, and also to wake you up to what is the reality now. The reality is that if we miss this opportunity of the 13th of August to correct the wrongs, we'll have ourselves to blame. May God bless you all. May God bless Zambia. I have nothing but love for my country. I have nothing but love for the people of this country, which is why I will do anything and everything to ensure that Zambia remains on the path of recovery, because Zambia is the only country I have. It is the only country for my children and my grandchildren. They will ask me a question, what did you do? And I'll say, I played my part. I may not have done my best.
Oh my goodness.